So folks, you've watched this first introduction to vectors from Grant Sanderson, and almost contrary to what he says, I'm going to go jump into a more abstract way about thinking about vectors. Just to sort of prepare you for that abstraction, I want to think about the way we've used the symbol plus to mean sort of many different things over your math career. So when we first are introduced to plus, we have this notion of adding together two whole numbers. And as you went along, well, this, you were able to describe this in terms of objects to somebody. But then maybe you went on even further, or we did go on even further, and we looked at maybe adding these two numbers together, and we gave a definition for what that meant. Now, the explanation that you were given for what it meant to add the whole number 3 to the whole number 4 didn't fit with the explanation that you're given when you want to add together the number 3 with the integer -4 to get -1. You had to come up with a new way of understanding what we meant by addition. Likewise, at some point you've learned how to add together two functions. So we might have the function g of x plus f of x, and we call their sum f plus g of x. So for example, if g of x was equal to 2, and f of x was equal to the sine of x, then we had to learn what it meant to take f plus g of x, and that is 2 plus sine of x. But here, certainly, I am not talking about the same type of addition that I was talking about right here. So I want to convince you real quick that you know some other types of addition without even realizing it. So certainly, let's just return to that first example. We know what 3 plus 4, we have a definition for that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add to that. Let's go ahead and do 3 plus 13. And we know to add that together to give us 16. But I want to convince you that this term addition depends on the collection of objects we're working with and how we've chosen to define it. So, for example, if I were to talk about the time 3 o'clock, let's see if I can write that right, 3 o'clock, and I were to add to that 13 hours, you and I know a different sort of addition that we give for that answer. When we take the standard 12-hour clock and we add 13 hours to the number 3 o'clock, we end up with 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. And so this is what I've written here in red is a completely different type of arithmetic called clock arithmetic that you've learned how to do. And you and I can work between this type of addition and this type of addition interchangeably without even really realizing that we're doing a similar type of operation, but it's defined completely differently.